Okay, so I'm live. Yeah, cool hat, right? Picked that up at the in Ireland at the. Oh, here you are. There's this pub which I go to. It's not a cheap pub. It's really a tourist pub in Dublin, and it always gives out. At least the last few years I've been going out there. It gives out hats. This time gave out a cap. The other years it gave out straw hats. So I just saw a few minutes ago. I saw Andy. So in this case, it was Food Quig, who was online testing something, and I'm on the iPad right now. And the iPad really does a good job. You don't have to futz around as when you're on the computer for the online stuff. It really does a good job. So today, right now, I'm drinking a coffee as well, but I've got a Powers signature to finish off the pleasure. Today in Switzerland, well, everywhere around the world really, but I live in a town called Fribourg, which is a Catholic part of Switzerland. It would probably be called the Rome of Switzerland. Uh, all that to say that because today is Corpus Christi, if you are from the French-speaking part of the world, it would be the Fête Dieu, and over here it's a day off. So by having a day off, it means that we went around, we went and ate some. Mrs. DC and I, we went over into one of our favorite little. I was going to say it's kind of like a fry shop almost. It's near the lake, and they make freshly caught fish, and they make a fish fry. And I have taken pictures of it years before, so I'm not going to put anything up there. And I didn't even make a video. So we went there today, and we had a great time. We walked around. We tried to do a geocache up there. Pretty certain that actually the cache has disappeared. But anyway, I mean, I know a lot of you are not geocachers, so it's not a question. Hmm. Now, if you're wondering the shape of my cup, you have in the States, in Canada, I do believe you have Nespresso. Nespresso is, over here at least, it's George Clooney who does all the, well, at least it used to be like that. Not being a television person, I don't know if he's still doing the ads, but it was always George Clooney, it was Nespresso, and this is made to look like one of the capsules that we put into our coffee machine. It's a bit like a Keurig, except it's Nespresso that makes it. And we've got like, I don't know, hundreds of types of coffees. So they're pretty good. I think the one I'm drinking right now it's called Dusao. It's probably Brazilian. I'm not quite certain. Brazilian or, yeah, I guess so. I'm not quite certain. And it's quite nice. Yesterday, I went with a friend, and I went out with a friend, and we went to a Portuguese restaurant, which served us shrimp. And it was shrimp. There was so whole shrimps with the head on, by the way, Andy, with the head on, which was really, really quite nice, and a cognac sauce. So we both did the same thing. I took it with rice. He took it with fries. It was good. Um, I don't know how you are with things like that. I mean, like when I have barbecue or, hey, no, it's not yet. Andy's online. He said, oh yeah, he said it's bedtime. No, it isn't. It's 8:15. I don't go to bed quite that early. Or is it bedtime for you? Yeah. So I was talking about that shrimp we had on yesterday with the heads on. It was really, really good. It was like a really strange place in a way. It was all the Portuguese people that lived around there, plus my friend and I. and we really enjoyed it. Oh, bed fine for me. Okay, what is it? Are we? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if we look at the hours ahead. So yeah, I saw. By the way, Andy, I saw since we're online, that's why I'm talking in this way. It's different a little bit when I'm vlogging. I saw you made a test just before. If that works well, that's probably a good thing. Will you pour another dram? Well, I'll go straight to the dram. This is the power signature. Now, I would like to make. I'd like to make. How could I say this? The other day, when I was with my friend, we were talking about whiskey, and I was talking about him about Lafroig, Triplewood, and he told me, "How do you know all these things?" I will pour the same. Oh, you're a real pal, Andy. And I was telling him I have this really good friend that I have had for, it must be close to 10 years, at least in YouTube years, or YouTube years like dog years or something like that. And I was telling him I have this really good friend. We have a lot of things in common. And one of the things was whiskey, except that, of course, Andy's in university having his PhD, and I'm just starting in grade school. But the thing is that I was telling him so many of these whiskeys I have discovered through him, so meaning Andy. And he was pretty surprised because, I mean, somehow many people in today's world don't probably realize how you can create friendships and relationships in a way online. I don't know. Somehow, I don't know. People think of online. Let me think. Oh my goodness, this has been open for a while. Fantastic. People often think of online as, you know, online dating, online this, online that, and none of my friends are on YouTube. Really, none of them, and very few, quite few, not very many are on Facebook. And when they're on Facebook, they're with the people that are already their friends, so they're just kind of chatting around their day. You know, when I'm going on this, I'm getting what Andy often says about, oh, there's not only the vanilla, but there's a spice. Let's see. Got my power signature going now. Cheers. You know what? I it's a little bit of a pity. I wish YouTube would bring that. Maybe doesn't that exist? Maybe in the YouTube Hangouts, where you can see everybody. I mean, it's called Skype, I suppose, in other worlds, but where you could kind of like be together and you know, chatting with a bunch of people together, but seeing each other at the same time. That did exist. What was it called? There was a software you used to be able to do that. Slancha, yes. With the number of hours, I mean, difference that we have with Andy, I have seen, like the other day. Oh, that was a fantastic. I mean, since we're online, we're live, and I don't care right really how long it's going to take right now. But the other day, I was going up to the airport to Dublin. I was in the train. The advantage that I have is my. Are you using Google Hangouts? No, I'm straight on. I'm straight on YouTube on the iPad. I clicked on where it has record. I would almost say on the right-hand corner, and there it says Hangout. Forget what I just said. I clicked on the right-hand corner where you would record, and then it says Go Live or something like that, and it worked really well. There's nothing to do. Maybe you can do that with the phone. I think your phone is Android, and I know it's different when I use my Apple, my Mac. I mean, so what I was saying before though is I was on the train, and I'm going up on the train. I'm thinking, oh, let's see what's on YouTube. And since I have, in Switzerland, we've got pretty good unlimited data programs. All of a sudden, I saw Andy was online with his with his whiskey group. And it was a great way to spend my time going up to the airport. After I checked in, I checked back in. They were still going at it. It really was great. Now, I was going to say something about about computers. Oh, goodness sakes, this is so good. Thank you, Andy, for having helped me discover this. Guess I can only get on with you using text. Yeah, and one thing is that when I'm wondering, show live chat messages. Okay, I'm learning this as well. Let me see how I can do this. Show live chat messages. Yes, it's still showing them, but I can't do much with it. Okay. Well, that's nothing. I don't want to do that. There was a little thing about changing the way you see the screen. Oh well. Anyway, I'll keep it as it is. Come on. Sorry about that, people. This is just because it's a live thing, and I'm learning as well. I mean, this is one of the things that we are learning with the live stuff. Now, one of the things, I don't know if you're writing anything, Andy, right now, because I can't see anything, and it just is being stupid. That's the difference when you're vlogging, isn't it? When you're vlogging, you're just kind of like going at it and, okay. Oh yeah, I see everything now. Okay. It's got it. Good. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. It's a learning thing. This whole live thing is a learning process. And it makes us end up doing long videos because, you know, we're being very correct when we do our vlogs. We just try and get, we know we got to kind of get rid of it. Now we're live, it's just going on. What I was going to talk about, though, some of you might remember, and some of you actually, for the moment, the only person online is Andy. My MacBook Pro kind of partially died or is in terminal sickness because the thing with MacBooks and many Mac computers is the graphic card is connected on the main board, and that is what is given the ghost. The graphic card has decided to die, and it seems that, or at least what I've discussed with the technicians, because I've done all that I can do from my side, and I'm not a technician, but I'm pretty proficient in stuff like that, I have to say, nevertheless. And I have discussed with the people, and it's going to cost me almost as much as buying a new computer just to repair it. Now, it could be over time that I have had, maybe I got a lemon. What I say by that is that I have actually changed the main board once under the guarantee. It's not the main board, but the graphic card that died. And I was 3 months too late for this thing. So basically, I'm screwed. Now, I can still use it as long as I don't have, one could say, graphic intensive stuff. Which means that, in other words, I can't do any video editing, photo editing. In other words, I can just do simple surfing now with it. So I've ordered another Mac. So I will have a computer probably in a few days or a week or something like that. I ordered it. And we'll see. Now what I've done is I've actually ordered a bigger Mac, so an iMac instead of a MacBook, because as you see here, I'm on my iPad, and the last few trips I've made abroad, I've brought the iPad because it's the iPad Pro, and I do have to give PowerPoint presentations, stuff like that. And what I do though is I have a wireless USB stick, stuff like that, and I put that into either PowerPoint or Keynote or whatever, and I'm able to give my presentations on the beamers over there. So finally, at the end, and I've got my camera. The other thing is, of course, if I want to make a video, I need to have a camera that uses MP4, or I can use whatever, and that way I can I can use the iMovie on the Mac. So who else is on there? I wonder if I can. Sorry. Can I see who the second person is? Second person's on, but I don't know who it is. So all that to be said is that actually I'm able to use my iPad Pro, which I have the pencil and an external keyboard if I want to make it computer-like, and I can do my presentations that way. Now, a lot of people in the Mac world would like to make you believe that the iMac Pro can replace a laptop. It cannot. I'm sorry, it cannot. But it can do. So 3 people are online. I just wish I could see who it was. At the same time, though, by being able to do mostly everything that I want and having what I need to make the videos, it makes it so much easier. Okay, we're down to 2. Some person said probably no interest. It makes it so much easier, of course, for me to travel, less weight as well. Because you can probably imagine, I'm a bit of a geek, so I bring all my cameras, and if you bring cameras, that means you bring the battery chargers and so on. And I'm already up to 16 minutes. You imagine if this is a vlog, people are going to start screaming. Anyway, and bringing all these things along, every time I go through airport control, my bag gets diverted. And but they're used to that. Actually, it's kind of funny because they start asking me, say, "What's in your bag?" I say, "It's my camera and all the charging wires," and they just kind of laugh and they say, "Oh, you're one of those." You know, actually, airport personnel. I don't travel all that much to the States, but the airport personnel over here in Ireland, they're quite friendly. They know, that you're going along, you're bringing your stuff, and they know that if you got cameras and iPads and iPhones or whatever, you're going to have a bunch of wires. You're going to have probably the chargers and so on. One thing that has been discussed not too long ago is, like, a lot of us have these external, what do they call, power banks, and there's this whole story about are we going to be able to travel with our computers, our laptops, on in an airplane? And then there's the whole thing is like, well, is a power bank, isn't that, because the whole thing was using the battery as a charger for bombs or something like that. Well, isn't the power bank, or back down to 1? So I guess whoever that one person is, that still you, Andy? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just chatting along. I mean, we're up to 18 minutes, and I haven't said anything yet. I started really in the beginning of this vlog of saying what a great day that I've had. So I'm going back. I'm just going to stop talking about the power banks and this and that. So like I say, today was Corpus Christi. It was a day off in Switzerland. So Mrs. DC and I, we just went out and had a good time. And it was fun. It was really, really fun. Tomorrow, though, is work day. Yeah. So will I stop there? Probably I will. Slancha, Andy. I think I'll be stopping here. It's always a great pleasure. And the discovery, the journey, as you often like to say, about the whiskey. And this one here it's another one. I got it in Ireland. It's a great journey. And if you're still out there, you're a real friend. You are. I really, really consider you that way. Okay. So, DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Coming up to 20 minutes. Oh, goodness sakes. We shouldn't go live. Nobody's going to listen to these things anymore. Okay, bye. Take care, everybody. Bye.